When you hear computer science, what pops into your head? Probably some super complex code, right? Or maybe hackers and hoodies. It's a common picture. But what if I told you the entire digital world is built on just a couple of really simple, elegant ideas? And that, get this, it's not really about programming at all. It's a powerful way of thinking.
So, let's get right to the central mystery, shall we? I mean, think about it. Your phone, your laptop, at their very core, they're just billions of tiny little switches that are either on or off. That's it. So, how do we get from that incredibly simple state to, well, everything, the rich digital world we live in every single day? That's the code we're here to crack.
Okay, first things first. We kind of need to reframe what computer science actually is, because it has way less to do with computers than you might think, and everything to do with solving problems in a really methodical, smart way.
You know, this quote from Dr. David Mullen, the professor of Harvard's legendary CS50 course, it just nails this idea. He actually admits he almost didn't even take the class, thinking it wasn't for him. But what he discovered is that the true heart of the field isn't writing code. It's this universal scale of problem solving.
So really, at its heart, computer science is all about this simple framework. You've got an input, that's your problem, right? And you've got an output, that's your solution. The computer science bit, well, that's just the art of designing that methodical process in the middle that reliably gets you from A to B, from problem to solution.
All right, so if we're going to solve problems with a computer, we need a language you can actually understand. And as it turns out, that language is surprisingly simple.
I mean, that's literally it. Forget A through Z. A computer's entire vocabulary is built from just two symbols, a 0 and a 1. This system is called binary, and believe it or not, it's the language that powers every single digital device you own.
So, how in the world does this work? The CS50 course uses this fantastic analogy with light bulbs. Imagine a single light bulb. If it's off, that represents a 0. If it's on, that's a 1. Super simple, right? But what about the number 2? With only one bulb, you're stuck. You can't do it. The solution? Well, you just add more light bulbs.
And here's where it gets cool. You can see how that plays out. With 3 bulbs, if they're all off, that's 0. To get to 1, you just flick on the rightmost bulb. Easy. Now, for the number 2, you turn that first bulb off and turn on the middle one. That gives you the pattern 0, 1, 0. For 3, you leave that middle one on and turn the first one back on. See the pattern building? By the time all 3 bulbs are on, you've represented the number 7. And with enough bulbs, you can represent any number you can possibly imagine.
And here is the crucial leap, the real game changer. This system isn't just for numbers. We, as humans, we just created standards. We all agreed that the pattern of zeros and ones that stands for the number 65 would also stand for the letter A. We agreed that 3 numbers together would represent the red, green, and blue values for a single colored dot, or a pixel. An image, then, is just a huge grid of those pixels. A video, well, that's just a super fast sequence of those images. Even your favorite emoji is just a number that your phone knows how to display as a specific little picture. It's all just patterns of zeros and ones.
Okay, so we've got a way to represent pretty much any piece of information. But, information just sitting there isn't very useful. We need to tell the computer what to do with it. We need a recipe.
And in the world of computer science, that recipe has a special name, an algorithm. But don't let the word scare you. It's just a precise, step-by-step set of instructions for getting from your input to your output. That's all it is. To really see why the quality of that recipe matters so much, let's take a classic problem. Imagine you need to find one name in a massive 1,000-page alphabetized phone book. How would you do it?
Well, one algorithm, one recipe, is to start at page 1 and just flip through, page by page by page. Yeah, it works. You'll definitely find the name eventually, but it's painfully slow. But what about a better algorithm? How about this? You open the book right to the middle. Let's say you land in the M section. And you know the name you're looking for starts with an H, which comes before M. So you can literally just throw away the entire back half of the book. Gone. In one single step, you've cut the problem in half. Then you do it again with what's left, and again, and again.
And the difference in efficiency here is, well, it's staggering, as you can see. The first method could take you up to 1,000 steps. The second, it's going to take you around 10. This is why computer science is so obsessed with finding not just any solution, but the most efficient solution. This is the difference between a search engine that takes minutes to give you an answer and one that feels totally instant. The quality of the recipe, it's everything.
So, let's pull these two fundamental ideas together and see the whole big picture, shall we?
And honestly, this is the key takeaway. The so-called magic of computing, it isn't magic at all. It's just the elegant combination of two simple ideas we've just talked about. 1, a way to represent any information using just zeros and ones. And 2, a clever set of recipes, we call them algorithms, to process that information. That's it. That's the foundation of everything from your watch to the rockets we send into space.
And hey, if any of this feels a little overwhelming, just remember this quote from the CS50 course. Learning this way of thinking, it's a personal journey. It's not about comparing yourself to other people, it's about where you end up relative to where you yourself began.
So there you have it, the two fundamental building blocks of our entire digital world. A simple way to represent information and a structured way to create recipes to transform it. I mean, from sending a simple text message to exploring new galaxies, it all comes down to those two ideas. So the only question left is, what problem will you solve?